Jonah and the Seed of Growth. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived a young boy named Jonah. Jonah was not like the other children in his class. While they understood their lessons quickly, Jonah struggled to keep up. He was often called a slow learner, and each time he failed to understand, his heart grew heavier. Jonah would sit quietly at the back of the class, watching others answer questions with confidence. Deep inside, he felt sad and wished with all his heart, "I want to be intelligent too. I want to shine like the others." One day, overwhelmed with sadness, Jonah wandered away from home and found himself deep inside a forest. The trees stood tall and silent, and the cool breeze brushed gently against his face. Yet, his heart was restless and full of pain. As he sat alone, lost in thought, a soft voice called out, "Jonah, how are you?" Startled, Jonah looked up and saw an old woman standing not too far from him. Fear gripped his heart. "How does she know my name?" he wondered. "To good day, Ma," he said, his voice trembling. The old woman smiled warmly. "Good day, my child," she replied. Gathering a little courage, Jonah asked, "Ma, how did you know my name?" The woman gently waved her hand. "Never mind that. Tell me, why are you here all alone?" At that moment, Jonah's emotions overflowed. He told her everything: how he struggled in school, how he felt left behind, and how badly he wanted to become intelligent. The old woman listened patiently, her eyes full of kindness. Then she bent down and picked a small seed from the ground. "Look at this," she said softly. "A seed does not become a tree overnight. It does not bear fruit immediately. It needs time, patience, care, nutrients from the soil, and sunlight to grow strong." She looked into Jonah's eyes and continued, "Just like this seed, you too need time and effort. You must read your books, study hard, stay focused on your goals, and never give up. Growth does not happen in a day, but with dedication, it surely comes." She paused, then added gently, "And always remember to pray. God listens, even when you feel unnoticed." Jonah felt something warm rise within him, hope. For the first time in a long while, he believed that maybe, just maybe, he could become better. "Thank you, Ma," he said gratefully. When he looked up again, the old woman was gone. Jonah returned home with a new determination. Day after day, he studied harder than before. He read his books, asked questions, stayed focused, and prayed. It wasn't easy, and the progress was slow, but he did not give up. Little by little, Jonah began to improve. Weeks turned into months, and before long, Jonah was no longer the dull boy in class. Through patience, hard work, and faith, he became the best student in his class. And as he stood one day, receiving praise from his teacher, he remembered the old woman and the seed.